Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Crypto Capital Investments where I analyze the crypto and share that with you. So, here's the deal. I fucked it up, alright? I basically did an entire video of 30 minutes without the mic. So, what I'm gonna do is to re-upload this, but I'm going to only have the video itself. I'm going to be talking about on top of the video. Alright, I'm going to pause the video if I have to, and there you go, there's going to be all the info. Alright, so let's start with this. Alright, so Bitcoin right now it's at $30,183.42 at 68% up from yesterday, 2.68% down from a week ago with $574 $574 billion into the market. And right now we have then a new supply of the 19 billions. So we are only 3 millions out away from the total amount of bitcoins. Alright, and the market definitely is looking a pretty, I don't know. Right, so I'm going to be talking about the TA of Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about the SPX and the USDTD, which I believe it's one of the most important charts that we should be following in the market. I'm going to show you why. Now I'm going to be talking about South Korea regulators call for emergency inspection after Luna crash. Definitely South Korea got to get into that. After that I'm going to be talking about the Salvador, and there's two big events that are going to be happening in Salvador. Right, let's see next one that's going to be this week. Alright, after that I'm going to be talking about how Bitcoin have become again the safe haven, again and again and again, always getting back in dominance. After this I'm going to be talking about what Elon Musk is saying about the entire economics, which I'm going to be showing in just a moment. There you go, the economics. After that's going to be the why it happened, the ban, and how China then behave about that ban last year. And finally, but not least, definitely there is a court in China that have declared Bitcoin as a virtual property protected by law. Alright, so this is a big one, guys. You don't want to miss it. Okay, so please remember to leave a like, to leave a comment, to become a patron, and to follow in my social medias to support this channel. This patron is going to be only $3, $5, or $25 per month to support this project, that is to provide to you all the news. So as you can see here, I'm trying to build this community and to provide as much value as I can. So let's start with video. Okay, so as I said, please remember to leave a like, to leave a comment, and to subscribe. Okay, to follow me on Twitch. And yeah, so Bitcoin right now is at $30,162.81, 70.78% up from yesterday, 3.95% down from a week ago, with $574 billion into the market, and as I said, 19 million bitcoins as currently circulating supply. Right, so definitely we can see that the market is trying to go sideways. I don't see a total recovery in the market. Right, there you go, this circulating supply, which is, yeah. So I'm going to start with Bitcoin. Yeah, there I was talking about a little more about that. I was impressed because I was used to see only the 18 million. Alright, so with the Bitcoin chart, what I'm gonna do is then to take off the, let's go to the monthly, let's take off the weeks, shall we? Right, this is the only chart you should be actually looking at. This is more than enough for an investor to actually then think about getting the price. So this is then the way to go. Definitely this is a pullback that is happening right now in Bitcoin, which is a great advantage. We have our first red candle in the volume here, so we will start getting then into this momentum of the best moment to buy. Okay, it's the beginning of the end of the bear market, but we gotta be aware that there's some things that are happening in the charts that are not looking that great. Like in the top you can see there is a divergence, like here it's showing that it's moving up. Here it's showing that it's moving down, and definitely that is something that you need to be aware of, because we have never been in this situation before. No one also is talking about that, so please remember to leave a like, to leave a comment, and to become a patron. So you can see we have been mostly, I mean, the entire crypto industry have been moving to the upside more than anything, because how new it is. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be like that. We need maybe to have the pullback into this market to actually found the values of this market, right, and the real uses. But nevertheless, there's the divergence, there's the move that I'm saying and no one is talking about. But anyway, that means for me that we are going to go below our previous high, which is 20k. But if you stay with the downtrend week monthly, there's nothing you gotta be worried about. You don't got to watch anything else but this beautiful downtrend, right? Finally, we have something we can use as support in the weekly, in the monthly, which is the most important chart for the investors, for the big whales, right? So there's where we want to be. There you go. There's the divergence. Let me move a little forward from there. And here's the SPX, and the SPX is showing us here a pattern in the downside with the weekly. Definitely that's going to be the most important chart that we gotta, or TA that we gotta follow when we break to the upside this downtrend, which definitely is gonna happen sooner or later, but it's not happening yet. So I'm showing you there how is that here in this bull market definitely have been way too extended for the SPX, and we need to go have a little sideways to know where are the real values in the market. And I do believe those are the two biggest support right there. Okay, so most likely that's where the price is going to find support if we have a pullback and a completely pullback of the market. Okay, I will believe that maybe we could be getting into a recession, actually, maybe a little move to the sideways, because the entire ecosystem of our economy is actually being hit and hit and hit. This entire war that is happening right now, with China have been producing everything that, or Asia basically producing everything that we consume, and this is something that had to happen sooner or later, which is the I mean, in the beginning of this last century, of the last. So let's move on with the USDT, which definitely is a dominance, which is the most important chart here. I'm going to be showing you that definitely you can see here the pattern that there's a top and there's a bottom, and you can actually call then the tops and bottoms of Bitcoin based on this chart better than any other chart. So I'm going to go into that. I'm going to be showing that I'm expecting them to touch this top of the range. So basically USDT also is getting more and more of the market. Right now it's at 6.88% of the total crypto markets is what have USDTD. Now I don't believe there's going to be another cycle most likely that the USDT is going to be able to handle, because that's going to be way too, I mean, the market itself is going to be bigger, and yeah, that means that it's going to be very unlikely that's going to happen. It's going to just move us very fast to the upside in the next cycle. Now here, as you can see, we have tops and bottoms touching these two trend lines. All right, and this is going to be perfectly aligned with what is happening or have happened before in Bitcoin, and it's actually 100% accurate. So let me show you what I mean with that. There is that, and in that one the date was December 15, 2018. Okay, and if we go to December 15, 2018, where is that? Well, nothing else than the perfect bottom. There you go. December 9 was that, December 14. So you can see that when we touch the top, that is the perfect bottom, or the best moment to buy actually crypto. And when we touch the bottom, for example here, this is 26th of June 2019. So let me go there, 26th of June 2019, and we go all the way up to June, and there you go, it's the perfect top. So as you can see, here are now two perfect points to buy and sell. All right, and if you don't know, that perfect top also matches with the 0.618, which is insane that happened that way, but that's a little bit too advanced. Now let's get to the next one. The next one show us as, let's see, in the top it's March 20, and let's have it actually side by side. Okay, I got to fix a little bit the chart, so let me just one moment to remove some indicators. Right, I have these two. I'm going to just close or delete indicators there. Have the candles properly arranged. There you go. And now I'm going to also clean this one. Right, perfect. And I'm going to select then Bitcoin here, so I can have it next to another one next to another. Going to go with the most likely weekly, because the chart is way too big. Right, there you go. And here too, the weekly. All right, so moving, you can see that at bottom then we went to the top. That's 2nd of March 2020. Okay, 2nd of March 2020. Where's that? No, it cannot be. It's the perfect bottom of this pullback. So when we touch this range to the upside, we perfectly handle the pullbacks. And again, we have another one, the 21st of September 2020, and that is nothing else than the beginning of the aggressive move to the upside. As you can see, that's what happened there. And after that, let's see, I do the bottom, which is February 22nd, more or less. So we can call there a top February 22nd. And yeah, it was a little before than that, because people was actually taking money out of the market, but more than moving it to USDT. And there you go, that's the perfect bottom and the perfect top. Well, this is a double top, and it was at, let's see here, this is June 21. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's happening in, let's see, that's called June 21, and there you go. So when it's in the total peak, it's the perfect bottom. So it's actually reversal. Remember, it's a reversal. So in the bottom, you can tell it's 15th of November 21. And if we go to the chart again one more time, you can tell it's 15th of November 21. So as you can see here, it's also called the perfect top in each cycle. So that's why I do believe, because of this 100% accurate, that we are right now going to this top of this range, and when we touch it, it's going to be the perfect bottom, in my opinion. Not financial advice, it's just my opinion. And I do believe, because we still have a move to the upside in the USDTD, that we're going to go with 220k. Right, I believe that's going to be our norm, because right now we are at 30 and there's not that much room to the downside. So with the news, let's start with South Korea regulators call for emergency inspection after Luna crashes, and launch emergency inspection of currency exchange. Okay, so that is very important, that definitely we are getting some type of regulators exchange, and it's going to be done by the financial supervisor services. Okay, and this is regulators have also requested plans for countermeasure in the wake of the recent market crash, and analyze of what caused it. So the intention here is to minimize the damage to the investors in the future, right? So they are trying to keep the market as safe as they can. And here in South Korea, only 200,000 investors were damaged by this incident, and we cannot count even the worldwide people that got damaged because of this. Now, I do remember that I was on Binance buying at 0.0002, and of course people bought at $1 and $15 and $43 when it was coming down, and people, when I was there, was buying it a lot. I mean, there was an order in each line of billions of dollars just in Binance. Okay, so you can see there that definitely a lot of people got damaged by this. They were trying to just sell something out or just trying to buy themselves in the pure bottom. Okay, so that's more than anything what happened there. A moment. A little coffee. Right, let's go to the next news. Right, so El Salvador. Here's why central banks are talking about Bitcoin in El Salvador this week. And basically, we are having then two events which are going to come people from more than 40 countries this week to discuss topics, well, including Bitcoin. The event is not only about Bitcoin, that we got to be clear about that. It's 32 central banks and 12 financial authorities of 44 countries. There's going to be financial inclusion, digital economy, banking on the unbanked, the Bitcoin rollout, and its benefits in our country. Okay, so definitely it's not going to be only about Bitcoin, but it's going to be talk about, because El Salvador is the biggest test lab of Bitcoin right now in the entire society. And this is what happens always. I mean, with this country's thing, they try to see where are the examples, the previous examples, of what and how the population responded, even though of course there is some barriers like the culture of each population, but in the basically we are all humans, so we more or less behave the same way. Okay, so that's basically in general, and they, because of the governments, are always afraid to lose control, or it's their responsibility actually not to lose control. Then they want to see how this huge test lab in Salvador is behaving with this new currency. They do not understand completely, but definitely they're interested in. Now there are two financial meetings that are happening in El Salvador. These are the between the May 16 and May 19, and there's still one to go. Right, one was yesterday, and then another one is going to be in 2 days. And it's the 25th Digital Financial Services Working Group and the 18th SME Finance Working Group. All right, so more than anything, Bitcoin is going to be talked about in 25th, that Digital Financial Services Group, just because it's a digital, right? And this is going to be then an alliance for financial inclusion, and the idea is then to create advisors to different countries so they can then manage their economy with Bitcoin included into their countries. So that's why they are all getting into this, just to get expertise of how this government is dealing with issues and getting it resolved. It's going to be mainly on Bitcoin overplay. Okay, so focus mainly on Bitcoin's overplay. So that means that most likely people are just hyping this thing with Bitcoin, but it's not about Bitcoin, right? But definitely there's going to be a topic about it which people are very interested in. Okay, and the BCP then reiterated that cryptocurrency is not a legal tender in Paraguay, which means that yes, they're using it a lot, but it's not legal yet, which is what's happening in every parts of the world at the same time. Okay, so that's what governments are being looking at. Financial leaders sitting in Salvador are probably curious to know how the country's Bitcoin implementation is playing out there. And yes, curiosity, baby. Curiosity. All right, that. Okay, Let's go with the next news. Right, so crypto Bitcoin is again the safe haven, which it is, have not have any issue ever as other cryptos. So crypto bad bloodbath continues to rage on back to Bitcoin causing dominance to rise. So people always feel safe in Bitcoin because Bitcoin is not going to disappear as this stable coin, which is the first time we have this issue. Altcoins, especially the small caps altcoins, have recorded the highest losses as expected, and Bitcoin dominance rise 44.4% dominance. You can see all the altcoins can get wrecked, including the stable coins, right? But Bitcoin always stay. Why? Because you cannot destroy Bitcoin. That's the why. So it have stayed for more than 12 years. And okay, I'm showing you here then that the USDC is actually a huge peak to the upside, but the USDT had a peak to the downside, which a lot of people were afraid about. Okay, now the thing here is that they maybe are close to this market cap, but as you can see in the volume, which means the use of this, and it's getting definitely 11 times more use USDT because the exchanges have more pairs with USDT than USDC. That's what's happening right now, which I believe that's going to change, right? I do believe this shake of this stable coin, it's going to give us something new with the stable coins that the exchanges are going to then take in consideration, because Binance was almost whacked, was almost taken down by this issue, and then the founder of Tron had to come in to provide liquidity to the market with billions of dollars. All right, so let's see here what else. Yeah, I'm talking about the volume. Right, let's go with Bitcoin establishing dominance. There you go. I recorded the highest losses as expected, 44%. Yes. Okay, the stablecoin hit after the USDT, the peak. Some of that low sentiment had flowed into the large stablecoins USDT, which had then, of course, as I told you, it is also speculated that some of the funds leaving USDT have flowed into another stablecoin USDC, which happens to be the second largest stablecoin. So there you go, USDC is actually absorbing some of that, and I do believe USDT it's tanking USDC because it's way too much, it's way too much to have all of those $1 billion there. And yeah, and if this start getting like split because in between different stable coins, then they will feel more safe to just have all of that. Okay, so the next news, Elon Musk, US economy is probably in recession for 18 months. Now remember to leave a like, leave a comment, and become a patron, guys. This is something I do to provide you value into the market. Alright, leave there a like, leave a comment, and become a patron, guys. Alright, so let's keep going. I think I jumped the Elon Musk news. Alright, so let's a little bit about it. So Elon Musk US economy is probably in recession. It could last 18 months. Warns it will get worse, as I already spoke about the SPX. Okay, let's move on because it's not that much. It's just him talking about the economics and this recession, but as you can tell also he don't have that much knowledge about how the market works as we do here. The underground story behind China has banned on crypto mining. Alright, so this is what happened last year, which technically started the bear market. Right, so last year China imposed an absolute ban on attributes related to largest cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Right, and let's see here. Well, there you go. That's the chart that shows the hash rates, and the China underground Bitcoin hash rate surpassed that of Kazakhstan and stood second only the United States with 37.8%. So the United States already one leading the market, even though the Tesla have not getting that. So access to off-grid electricity and geographically scattered small-scale operations are among the major means used by underground miners to hide their operation from authorities and circumvent the ban. So that's basically how they did it. Circumvent, yes, baby. Right?
Circumvent.
So that's how the market in China have survived. So that's why I can tell you that Bitcoin cannot be banned, because they are not going to get into every single home. I mean, hopefully one day they ban these huge pools, which means that's going to decentralize Bitcoin and everyone will be able to mine Bitcoin. And this is going to be actually the best for the market. Okay, let's see if I move on. Okay, so hiding their tracks using forage proxy services to deflect attention and scrutiny. So that's how they have survived this crypto ban. And China always talk about his big wall, the China wall. No, they do not have it. You cannot go against that. These miners, by working into the shadows, soon gain confidence over time. That's the big thing that the China government have. They make afraid people because they say like we are the best and the best and the best, and they actually cannot stop it. They actually can't stop it. There's nothing they can do about it. It's funny. After exhibiting almost no activity, 0% in August 2021, mining activities made a swift recovery up to more than 30% to the global hash rate. So there you go. China went all the way off, and then they start turning on some, most likely then placing those in words that they were not trackable, and they knew then sooner or later that the government was not even looking at them, and they started using these proxies, and there you go, they did it. Now the biggest news here, so China court classifies Bitcoin as a virtual property and protected by law. So Shanghai High People's Court had declared Bitcoin to be virtual property protected by China law. Right, so that's a big thing. The document referred case involved a Bitcoin loan agreement first filed back in 2020. Cheng Mo filed the lawsuit against Shi Mo, okay, with the Shanghai Baoshan District People's Court, seeking a 1 Bitcoin loan repaid. Alright, now I believe even a loan of Bitcoin is stupid, alright, but anyway, so Mo should repay the loan. The district court brought the case before the High Court for intermediation in 2021, and the High Court decision read. Okay, so we're gonna have a quote for that. And yeah, I believe this to give a Bitcoin as a loan is stupid, because yeah, I take that loan, I buy a Bitcoin, and then I just wait. Alright, so in the actual trial practices, the People's Court has formed. I'm going to actually make the baby read this for on fit opinion on the legal position of Bitcoin and identify it's a virtual property. Alright, that's the big thing. Adding the Bitcoin has a certain economic value and conforms to property attributes. The legal rules of property rights are applied.
In the actual trial practice, the People's Court has formed a unified opinion on the legal position of Bitcoin, and identified it as a virtual property. Adding that Bitcoin has a certain economic value and conforms to the property's attributes, the legal rules of property rights are applied for protection.
Okay, so property rights apply for protection of this property, right? So that's what's happening right now, and NFTs are not out of here. Remember this. Let me then talk about you that in a moment. So yes, it's identified right now as virtual property, right? This is illegal. And remember how this the law works. So basically, when there's one court, and especially the high court, that determines that this is a virtual property, other courts then use this as a reference and apply this into their decisions at the end of these lawsuits. So that's what's happening right now. This is a big move for the entire world because we can use this as reference, because if one court did it, then we can do it too, because they technically have to then study the case. The ruling will be used as a reference for another similar disputes involving Bitcoin in the Shanghai region. City of Gansu ruled that an NFT marketplace was guilty for not preventing a crypto right infringement. So this is going to be something that's going to change the market of the NFTs, because now all of those NFTs that are not 100% actual works from their creators are going to go all the way down. So prepare for the dumps of the NFT market now, that they are going to be requested to have published only the piece of art that artists can prove that this is made by 100% by them. And this is going to ban anything that have music this is not created by the person, anything that have any image. That's always going to be looked at, because we're talking about millions and millions of dollars that each art can actually cost. So that's the big thing about this. So NFT markets are huge. Ban with a crackdown on digital currencies companies, block reward miners, exchanges, data aggregators, websites, and even related social media accounts still are on in China, right? The ban is still on, but this is even better for the crypto market, because then after they had to release this ban because it's not working, after that where it's going to come even stronger, because it's going to be even better than gold. It's going to prove it's even better than gold, because it cannot be banned, it cannot be taken from you, right? Okay, so that's going to be the news about China. Definitely a big move for that. All right, so that's going to be, let's see here. Yes, so that's going to be then more than anything. I'm looking at the chart at USDT more than the BTC to know where I'm going to be getting into the market, trying to just time something good. But nevertheless, we are actually in a good moment to get some, start buying to the downside. But still, if you want the best advice, buy after that break to the upside of this downtrend in the monthly. That's it. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at news. Look at nothing that people say in the social media. If there's a big drop, doesn't matter. If it's going up, doesn't matter. Just wait for that break to the upside of this downtrend, because we have it clear now. Okay, and yeah, definitely it's a safe way to play around to keep it in the long run. Now you gotta also understand that Bitcoin is starting to lose volatility from cycle to cycle. So we have seen before that the previous cycle have been way more, and we were expecting even in this past cycle to go all the way to 100k, but it's losing volatility. So most likely it's not going to go all the way up, it's not going to go all the way down. So it's going to stay in the middle and start to going in a range way, because this is how the new markets work. All right, so just for you to be aware about that. So let's see here, I'm talking about this logarithmic growth, and yeah, that we gotta be aware that's losing volatility. Okay, so it's going to go down less than before and up less than before. Alright, so that's going to be it with the video. Hope you like it, hope you enjoy it. Please remember to leave a like, to leave a comment, and to become a patron to support this channel, guys. Thank you so much, and until the next one, bye bye.